Welcome to TransPlanet, a world within a world. My name is Alessandra, and I've spent years of navigating connection, attraction, and communication. Here we talk about what people usually don't say out loud. One of the first questions I get asked is top or bottom? And I always pause when I hear it. And not because it's shocking, but because it instantly shifts the entire direction of the conversation. And most people don't realize that shift is where the connection breaks. I actually understand why people ask that question. It comes from wanting clarity. People don't like uncertainty. They want to know where things are going. They want to reduce confusion early. And in dating or connection, that instinct gets even stronger. Because time feels valuable. No one wants to invest energy into something that won't align later. But the problem is, when you try to remove uncertainty too early, you also remove discovery. And discovery is where connection begins. When that kind of question enters too early, the conversation shifts from curiosity to categorization. Instead of getting to know someone, you start trying to define them. Instead of energy, it becomes a structure. Instead of flow, it becomes outcome-based. And once that happens, you stop listening in the same way. Because now you're not just hearing someone, you're evaluating them. And that changes everything silently. I've had conversations that felt really natural at first. There's curiosity, softness, a kind of ease where nothing is forced. You're just getting to know someone slowly. And in those moments, there's openness. Not defined potential, but unfolding potential. Then suddenly, a defining question comes in. And you can feel the shift immediately. Not always outwardly, but internally. The tone changes, the rhythm changes, and sometimes the emotional openness changes too. I think a lot of people misunderstand what connection actually is. They think it's instant. Like a switch, you either feel or you don't. But real connection is usually slower than that. It's built through repetition, through small moments, through how someone responds when nothing is being forced. And when you rush it, you replace understanding with assumptions. Yes, sometimes connection feels instant. There are moments where everything clicks quickly. That does happen. But I don't think that's the majority. Most meaningful connections develop slowly through comfort, consistency, and communication. And when people expect instant clarity, They often mistake early uncertainty for incompatibility. For me, connection is something you feel out. You talk, you observe, you learn how someone communicates. And over time, clarity forms naturally, not forced, not rushed, just understood. And I think this is where a lot of people struggle. And not in finding connection, but in staying present inside it. Because a lot of the time, people don't struggle with connection itself. They struggle with expression inside it. What to say, how to respond, how to keep things flowing without overthinking everything. That's actually why I created something called the Connection Code. It's 200 plus ready to send messages designed to help you communicate more naturally. So you're not stuck in your head trying to figure out what to say next. If that's something you struggle with, it's linked in the description and pinned comment. Because sometimes what feels confusing in the beginning only makes sense when you give it enough time to unfold.